Alright. Welcome to Eagle Ridge. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. It's fall morning. Welcome, welcome to the beautiful colors. There's mud everywhere on the trail. But there's colors in the air. It's so pretty. Yeah. Alright, so I gotta share a story with you. Little trail tale from Everide. Everide trail tales. That's what got me doing a lot of this stuff, He's one of the main reasons that I started doing this motorcycle stuff. Him and Yamajo. Woohoo! And Ride Victoria. I started watching him too. He's one of the first guys that I CDS. That's a new verb, by the way. If you CDS somebody, it means that you watch all their videos. Alright, so. Oh, that was a stick on my chest. And here we go. That was a shift with no clutch. Woo! Technical, muddy, technical. Okay. Alright, when I was 14. Woo! When I was 14 and living in Tennessee. Oh, the pretty reds everywhere. Oh, we got back to 4. Okay, 80s right here. We don't want to go 80. We want to stay on 46. When I was back in Tennessee and I was 14, my parents moved me there. I was not a happy camper. I wanted to go home. I didn't see my family, not my mom and dad family, but my muddy downhill. Extended family and friends. So I talked them into letting me ride the Greyhound bus. Have any of you ever ridden the Greyhound bus? I did it for 2,000 miles. 2,200 miles from Tennessee to Utah, where my grandfather was a farmer. And I don't think I talked about it. No, I haven't. So, I took the Greyhound, and that was before cell phones, and that was before, all the modern conveniences of GPS and all that stuff. I had to, know where I was going and what I was doing and know what my connections are. My mom's biggest worry wasn't that I was going to die or get molested on the bus. Look at those logs. Pretty. My mom's biggest worry was that I would get robbed. And so, she had to they came up with a way, my hair and my dad came up with a way to keep the money on me. So I didn't have to get it out in public, because I carry a lot of money, a lot of cash. I didn't have a credit card as a kid. They weren't going to give me a credit. They didn't have credit. I mean, credit cards just weren't like they were today. They're giving credit cards to 2-year-olds now. But so they gave me a money belt. Have you ever seen a money belt? It's kind of cool. So I wrapped it around my waist, because I go down this hill. Probably keep hands on the bars. That's a good idea. And I put all my money in there. So I got on the bus and I rode out west. And I met lots of people. And I talked to the people that were on the bus with me. But most of the time I just had my headphones and my cassette tapes, and I listened to my music, and I read books and magazines and stuff like that. And it was fun. It was interesting. I was happy, I was out on my own. I was totally by myself in Chicago and Indianapolis and Omaha, and went through all these pinga places, and stopped, because you don't just go on the road, you have to stop at all these big towns and pick up new passengers, drop people off. It's like an airplane, it's just on the bus. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. No entry. Then why did they make it look so nice and appealing? Woohoo! That was a nice spin around. So, I get to the farm, and I'm happy to be there. And I get to work, because I'm 14, and I get to drive the dump trucks, and I get to drive the pickup trucks, and my grandpa never lived on the tractor, so I was always mad about that, because my cousins always got to drive the tractors later on in life, when they were my age. But as the oldest grandkid, I had to break them in, but I was happy to drive the stick shift old Chevy half-ton 2-wheel drive and getting it stuck in the mud. Yes, I did. I got it stuck a lot, because I was I wanted to do something like this. It was awesome. Woo! Where am I? No entry. This way. Alright, so anyway, my granddad, he had a job for me to do. I couldn't just go there and play on the trucks. I had to bale hay and haul the bales back to the barn and do all that stuff. truck, and then I drive the dump truck next to the silage truck, and they jump the silage in there in the trailer, and I have to drive the dump truck back and dump it out, and then he'd use the bulldozer and push it back up in there so the cows could eat and survive during the winter. So, but that wasn't my main job. This trip, maybe it was the second time. I did it twice. I did it when I was 14, and then I did it when I was 15, and rode the bus out there. It was awesome. But one time, I got there, and he had this field of corn. He's like, this field of corn is going to die, and you have to do it. You know, pot licker? That's what he always called me. I was just pot licker. I have no idea what that meant, you know. But he used other choice words. He's a farmer. He liked to cuss. Some of the worst cuss I ever heard was from my grandfather. But anyway, he was, he's in the war. I have an awesome blog about him. Well, what I say is awesome. What you're looking at is not very awesome because it was with my older cameras, and I was on the 400, and I think it was a street log. But anyway, check it out. Older stuff. I got a lot of videos. But anyway, he's like, you gotta save the corn, you little pot licker. So after I figure out where I am, 50-something degrees outside. It's cold. Well, cold for riding. Actually, it's perfect. I love it. It's gotta be bundled up. You stand me out here. I couldn't wear my regular riding dress. All right, okay, back to the story. So my grandpa said, you gotta save the corn, you little pot licker. And so what had happened was, normally they use irrigation out west, right? So you have to go out and make sure you get the water, and make sure the water gets down there and stuff. But this part of the field wasn't working. The irrigating wasn't working. It's too flat or something. So he had to borrow a pump from his neighbor, and the pump was hooked up to a tractor. The tractor would just run and run and run. I thought it was crazy to waste all that fuel, but that's what you have to do, you know. And I didn't realize that at the time. I was like, surely there's got to be another way, but there wasn't. And so, we ended up. I had these big long pipes, and my job was to move the pipes. So all the pipes were connected, and they had sprinklers, and they'd water the corn, right? And people in the south and back east, and we don't know what that means. We don't know that. You just wait till it rains, and that's how you farm out here. You just rain, and then you're good, right? You have to worry about bugs and other stuff. So we ended up, and these pipes were they were really long. I had to get underneath them and pick them up both hands. It's like going to the gym. These pipes were I remember them being 30 feet long. They probably weren't. They're probably 20. But they were just enormous. I'd have to get in the middle, and if you get too far to one way, the pipe would lean, and so you'd have to oh! Then if you figured out where the balance point is, you get in the middle. That's a whole lot easier. So I figured that out. And then not only do you have to put them, pick them up and put them where they're supposed to go, then you got to slide them back into each other so the water doesn't come out. If you lose the water, that's bad. So it was beautiful, beautiful. Look at that! Oh, pretty colors everywhere. So nice to live in the South, in the Appalachian Mountains of the world. Look how pretty. Okay. So then you'd spray, let it spray for all day, and then the next day I'd have to come and move it again. And then I'd move them all the way along, and I'd move it just as far as it would spray. So if it'd spray to the end of the road, then I had to pick it up and have to go beyond the road, just where it would spray the other side. And I couldn't miss any of those furrows. I couldn't miss any of that corn. I got to make sure I get it all. And it made perfect sense to me. I was able to figure it out. My grandpa was really pleased because he thought he'd have to walk me through everything. But he came out and just watched me one day, and he's like, how do you know how to do that? And I said, well, it kind of makes sense, Grandpa. It's kind of logical. He's like, yeah, it is. I'm just making sure you had logic. You done pot licker? So I was happy. I was happy to help raise the corn, feed the corn, or what out of corn. Yeah! It was a fun day. Oh, slippery. You just can't. It's hard to describe the slipperiness. If you're riding on ice, I guess that's a good way. Actually, it's kind of like sand. Sand's kind of like this, because sand is more predictable. This is not predictable. It's you're you have no idea